Here on Breakfast, we've been following the story of two ospreys named Louis and Aila. They're nesting at Loch, Arkaig Pine Forest in the Scottish Highlands.
So you can see some of the images there. They have been watched by more than 250,000 people. These images live streamed after welcoming 3 osprey chicks into the world, and now the public has a chance to name them.
We're joined by George Anderson from the Woodland Trust. Good morning to you, George. I've got to say, I mean, they look fabulous. They look gorgeous. It's captured the imagination of so many people. I think some who just want a bit of a peaceful vista, to others who are genuinely interested to see from the time we saw the eggs to now the chicks. What kind of names are being suggested?
Well, we've had discussions for names been running over the week, and we've had a couple of thousand suggestions. It's been really difficult to boil them down, but what we've got is 4 sets of 3 names, so people would be voting between now and Sunday night on 4 possibilities for them, and those are Doddy, Vera and Captain, in honour of Doddy Weir, Dame Vera Lynn, and Captain Tom, who's obviously been a big hero this summer. Ali, Bally and Bee is the second choice, which is from a Scottish lullaby, Coulter's Candy. There's quite a lot of Norse and Celtic mythology was coming through. So we've got Hagrid, Boudica and Merlin. Hagrid, obviously a bit of the Harry Potter influence there. And finally, we've got Thor, Freya and Loki. So those are 4 sets of names that we'll be voting on at the Woodland Trust through social media and at our live streaming Osprey Cam page until 8 o'clock on Sunday night. So we'll be able to tell you on Monday morning what we're going to name the 3
George,
chicks.
now, I don't know, are you able to see the live images that we can show people right now? Are you able to see them from where you are?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, because I just have to say, once or twice, and I'll be honest with you, George, we have crossed to the live pictures and there's not been much happening. That's the truth. This morning, though, we have quite a bit of activity, and I mean, it's so wonderful when you see the birds there perched high above that wonderful backdrop behind.
The thing I would say is, when you look at the size of them, keep in mind that one of them was hatched on the 29th of May, and the other 2, the 1st and 3rd of June. And they've literally gone, if you think about the timescale, it's just incredible that they've got so big so quickly, and that within a month or 2, they'll be flying thousands of miles to West Africa. And that never fails to just amaze me, the speed at which they develop. And we expect them to take their first flights possibly this week into next week. So that's a really great time to watch them for the first time making that leap of faith.
George, there are 2 males and a female. I don't know if we've already mentioned that. When they do take that first flight, and that is exciting news this week, do the parents, do Louis and Aila literally just kick them off the nest and hope they fly?
No, they do it themselves. You'll see them in the moment having a look over quite a lot, and actually our watching audiences gasping all the time because they think they're going to fall off, because they're always kind of going just to the edge. But they'll have a think about it. They've been exercising their wings. The helicopter, which is basically rising up 3 or 4 feet off the nest, just to test out the equipment. But eventually they'll literally stand on the edge like they were on a diving board on holiday, and they'll go for it. Mum and Dad aren't really part of that at all.
George, it's been good talking to you. Look forward to hearing the names, of course, from Sunday evening, and of course the first flights from the chicks. Thanks very much, George Anderson from the Woodland Trust.
Thanks.
Time now is 9:58.